To get started with building the first Revit model, we need to create some levels and we need to create a grid. A BIM model works parametrically. You create relationships between things, and we'll use these guidelines to help set the boundaries for walls and floors and roofs. That makes it so that if you ever want to change the height of a floor or something, you come back and you change the level lines, the walls and roofs and floors will go with it. So in order to add levels, we want to start in an elevation view. So over here, this lower left palette is your views palette, your project browser. If I double click on one of my elevation views, it takes me to the view. I started by using the architecture template file, which comes in with 2 floors already. Let's go ahead and make a 4-story building. So I'm just going to draw a new level line. The level line button can be found under your architecture tab in the ribbon, and then the datum area, and here's the level line. You could also copy one of the existing levels. As I move my mouse, you'll see that it's giving me dynamic dimensions. I would like to make this 12 feet. Notice that it's not exactly 12 feet, so once I make the level line, before I click off of it, I can come in and type 12 feet, hit enter, and it will adjust that, and then I'll do it one more time. Again, before I deselect, if I click here, I can type in that dimension. When you're finished, you can click the modify button, and that'll end the command. If I wanted to move this lower level line to also be 12 feet away from the floor above, I could just click that level, 12 feet, and now those are all equally spaced. You can also modify levels by coming directly to the level bubble and typing in data. So by moving that thing down 12 feet, I now have level 1 at a level of -2 feet. That's not really what I want. So if I just click here, I can type 0 feet. I already went in and adjusted the rest of these so that each of my floors are 12 feet spaced. Okay, going back to plan view. So I want to go to a floor plan. Level 1, you'll see automatically as I created those level lines in my elevation view, Revit created new floor plans for each of those levels. I want to go back to level 1 and start creating some grid lines. The grid line tool is also found in the datum area on the ribbon, this little button. Once I click that button, it opens this tool-specific options bar. Many of the tools will do this, so sometimes it will look like nothing happened, but if you see this green highlighted area, those are the options for the tool. So as long as I have this straight line selected, I'm going to go ahead and draw a grid line across. I'll give myself another one. 24 feet's fine. Another one at 24 feet, and one more at 24 feet. So those are my horizontal grids. And then I will also create some grid lines going in the opposite direction. Actually, I'm going to hit escape and start from the bottom. I'd like the bubbles to go across the top. As always, when I'm done with a command, I can come back and hit the modify button to complete that command. If you would like to control the labeling on your grid bubbles, you can just single click on the bubble, and over here in your properties palette you'll get the name. For the horizontal grid, sometimes it's nice to actually label these with letters, whereas along the vertical axis would label them with numbers. And using the same method that I did with the level lines, I'm going to go ahead and click on each of these grid lines, use my dynamic dimensions down here. I'm going to make the dimension 30 feet in this direction. Okay, and now I have my grid. This would be a good time to save your project, so if you just hit the R button, the Revit logo, save as project, work with your team to come up with file saving strategies. For now, I'm just going to put this on the desktop. This is our test 6261 project.